Hello Familia, welcome. My name is Magdalene Janet. If you don't know who I am, welcome to the Familia. Guess what? Today is 8 years that I started my YouTube channel. 8 years. I want to talk to you about the 8 things I've learned being an entrepreneur the last 8 years and in my 30s. So let's start. I am barefaced. Today we're doing a full face of makeup. I will have everything tagged here on screen, all the products I use. If you see pop-ups, those are the products that I've tagged for you to see on screen. If you click and buy, or even if you just click on them, it does help my channel out so much. So I appreciate you, but of course, as always, no pressure. I will also have everything tagged below. Let's prime first. As you know, I've been doing YouTube for 8 years. I started March 13th, 2018, and wow, so much has changed for the better. Number 1 of 8 is it's important and imperative to love what you do. It's important to love. It's because you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate a lot of it a lot of times, and then you're gonna love it, and then you're gonna hate it. It's just how it is. Do I hate what I do? No. Sometimes the frustration that happens, just growing pains, new things you have to learn, doing it by yourself. As you know, I don't have any help. Everything you see here the last 8 years, I've done it myself. But I would argue you may just like it more at some points than like it. When I started, I didn't really have a plan. I just knew I wanted to do this. That was kind of it. When I started, as you know, I was in corporate. I'm like a corporate girl. I've always had a full-time job. I've always been very responsible. I've never relied on anyone for anything. So this was gonna be something like a hobby for me at first. All I knew is I wanted to see Latina representation. I wanted to teach, and I really liked and knew how to do makeup. Or at least, I thought I knew. But I knew those 3 things were going to be my superpower. For me in the beauty space, even now, especially on YouTube, I've always seen a lack of Latinas. So at that time, I was like, okay, I don't see us here, you know? Then I thought, what am I good at? Like, what can I truly be good at without really burning myself out for something I won't dislike? Because if you know me, you know my mind changes all the time. I get bored easily. My gut was telling me to do this. I didn't know how to start, so I wasn't even sure where this was going. I just had those 3 ideas, which quickly became to my number 2 is I picked a bit of a niche to my content. At this point, entrepreneurship, it wasn't something top of mind. What was most top of mind was learning how to do this. When I tell you, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to film. I didn't know how to turn on a camera. Girl, I did not know anything. I just knew that this was something I was gonna be good at. I started with makeup tutorials. And at that time, we knew what a makeup tutorial was. Because mind you, it was 2018. It wasn't like 2012. At the same time, why would someone want to watch me? They don't know me from Jill, Jack, or Magdalene. I was like, dude, I started with my makeup tutorials, which was like, it was cool, it worked. I don't know, it just wasn't hitting. But I knew I didn't want to stop. I knew I had to keep going, and I knew that this was the route I was gonna take. But I wish I would have just sat down and put a little more strategy to it. So the makeup tutorials was beauty, right? It was makeup. It wasn't what was bringing in eyes on me. I kind of wish that I should have done like more research, like what were trending or what was working at the time. Eventually learned that makeup reviews was gonna be it. That took a minute. I really wish I would have just like, you know, sat down and kind of been like, this is the plan. But because I was in corporate, I was kind of trying to juggle both. I didn't know if I could juggle both. No one at my corporate job knew what I was doing. It wasn't, I feel like now even still, social media is a little frowned upon because I don't feel like people think it's a real job. I'm here to tell you, it definitely is. Got this black liner. One of the reasons I think a niche is really important is because people have to know what to find, especially when it means content creating. Nowadays, there's so much sort of like days in my life vlogs type. When you're first starting out something, and that's with anything, what are you known for? Like, people need to know what you're known for and what they can rely on you for. And for me, it's been makeup and beauty. Why is someone gonna want to watch you? That's really the question. Why is someone gonna want to buy a product? Why is someone gonna want your advice? And when you pick this niche, we go back to, this is a niche, or this is something that you want to be known for. It's going to be something that you're good at. Do you have to be perfect? No. Trying to be perfect all the time is going to kill all your creativity, your motivation, your discipline. That niche was really important. I've ventured off to other things like vlogs and stuff, and for me that hasn't worked. It never worked. Things that have stuck for me is makeup and skincare, and then I'll sprinkle in body care, fragrances, and that really worked. Something else that was very important for me was the representation. The lack of representation that we have here, and also I wanted to represent my community in YouTube in sort of like entertainment. Again, did I have a plan? Not really. I just knew this is what I wanted to do. And sometimes that's the hardest part, is what you want to do and what you actually enjoy doing, especially when you have a full-time job, so you're going to be distracted with a lot of other things. That's really when you're going to be like, okay, do I really want this? Honestly, that's always going to be the question. Do you really want this? Do you want the outcome that this could potentially bring? Because if you stick to it and you really invest yourself in it, it's gonna happen. It's gonna work. It's just a matter of time. When is it gonna happen? And will it work how you envisioned it, how you want it? Because it is possible. It just takes a lot of time and pressure. Pressure in the sense that you can't give up. Do you know how many times I wanted to give up? Do you know how many times I wanted to throw my computer out the window because I had so many technical issues? Or the frustration of not knowing how to edit something, or the frustration of doing everything by yourself. When I tell you, God has tested me. Now that we know, we have to love what we do, right? It's also going to help the longevity. It's going to help you continue doing this, because if you don't love it, the moment you dislike it or the moment you're inconvenienced, you're going to quit. What is the message? Like, what are we trying to convey? Why does someone want to watch you? Ask yourself that. I wish I would have asked myself that more often. I ask myself that now almost daily. What am I doing here? Why do you want to watch me? Why do you want to buy the product I'm talking about? Why? And the more you question, the more you get answers. I've always been someone who questions stuff. I've always questioned everything. One of my biggest questions growing up was why my parents immigrated here from El Salvador and Honduras. Yes, for a better opportunity, but really why? I want to know the exact details as to why that happened. I talked to my dad when I was in college, and he gave me the tea. And it was very like eye-opening. Questioning things is always gonna help with clarity. Moving to number 3. Now at this point, I've learned a good amount. Still at my corporate job. This is when things started to feel like it's coming together. At this point, I'm probably like 3-4 years in. My goals started to change. After I reached the goal of understanding what I'm doing, understanding this business a little more so, ooh, girl, look. More so understanding my day-to-day, my editing, my video ideas, what's working, what isn't. Because a lot of times it's trial and error. You don't know what's gonna work. Now I'm starting to see the value in things. I know I want to do this, but it's like, how am I going to continue? I want to do this full time. I need to financially support myself. And you start creating this value where what is important now? What was important before, like learning how to edit and filming, you already have that down packed. That discipline, it's already in us. We already have this like train moving. Now you're getting offers, and now you're getting more subscribers, and now you're getting more opportunities. Are those opportunities good? This is where your value comes. Do you accept everything? Do you say no? But if you say no, will it look bad? A lot of that happens, especially as a woman. We're told to be appreciative of everything and to be humble and to like bow our head. When you increase your value in knowledge, knowing all the good work you've put in, and gaining that confidence, you have to say no. Not everything's a good thing. Not everyone's is trying to kind of see your value. Saying no is going to be your superpower. because you start realizing not everything is for you, not everyone is for you. And in this business, that could be PR, that could be brand opportunities, that could be people, that could be events. It may not work or they may not align. A lot of times product, there's like all these products where when you're so new at something, you want all the stuff, you know? Especially makeup. Who doesn't want new makeup, new products, new stuff? The power of saying no, no thank you, this may not align. I tell you, I wish I would have said no more often. But you know, you sometimes, because you're not so confident, there's a bit of insecurity in there, especially with a business that you don't know if you're going to succeed at. You don't know if you're doing well. It's a very isolating type of business because everything that you have to do when it comes to filming and editing, you do it alone. Unless you have like a big team working with you, but not over here. I say no a lot more now, and it's because I know my value. I know what I bring to the table, and it's not in a cocky way. It's in a way that I'm a seasoned veterana. 8 years in social media is a seasoned veterana. Every year is like a dog year. Sometimes I have to say no because things just don't work out. Or I update. Like, I could do this, but I would like this. Those types of things have helped me gain my confidence so much more and keep my confidence, because sometimes I feel like absolute poo-poos. And girl, I just sit at home and do nothing, and I kind of will figure it out when I figure it out. You have to have those days too, because that helps you reset. Sometimes, especially last year, I kind of mentioned it to you, I did nothing. A lot of days, I was just like chilling, kind of sitting on the couch, binge watching TV, you know? By the way, this is all the drugstore makeup I absolutely love. And saying no, it's okay. Not everyone may take it well, but the people, the brands, your people, whoever just accepts it, it's okay. There'll be people that don't accept it, and that's okay too. A lot of things too that I wish I would have known, I'm throwing this one in here, is it's not personal. Most things are truly not personal. A lot of this is just business organization. There's so many moving parts. To number 4, I wish I knew. No one's gonna save you. You want to do something, you have to do it yourself. You can't wait on anyone. I luckily never did that. I always did think that I was gonna have more help by this point. Year 8, I thought I was gonna have a whole team, because at this point I'm like, I know I want to do this. I thought I was gonna be making so much money and be able to hire people, and it's not the case. At the moment, not yet. No one is going to come and save the day. Only you are. Only you're the one who can hold yourself back. You're the only one that will make your business or make yourself just keep moving and grooving. Is it harder said than done? Yes. Is it doable? Yes, you see me. I'm right here. This is a hard truth, particularly in social media, where a lot of the bigger and biggest creators have a lot of help. Either have husbands, boyfriends, family that they could rely on, or a team that they pay for, management team or something. I aspire to have like a big management agency managing me. At the moment, it's not what I have, but it doesn't bog me down or anything. You just have to keep going and reach for the next goal. And that goes to where when you're sitting around waiting for people, you're on their time. And when you want something to happen for you, you always have to work on your time and make yourself a priority always, 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 always. So no one's gonna save you. You're gonna do the damn thing, okay? You could do the damn thing. That's a hard truth I had to learn. Not that I knew someone would save me, but again, I thought differently. Right? Number 5, what I really wish I knew, to have a better schedule. I used to just post things all willy-nilly. I mean, granted, because a lot of times it's because I had a full-time job, so I really couldn't, or I didn't think. Now thinking back, I could have. I didn't think I could have a set schedule. I would always post whenever I had time to post. I was consistent where I was posting weekly, at least like 2 or 3 videos, but it wasn't a particular day. It wasn't a particular time. It was like, girl, go, it's gonna go with the wind, and if it works, it works. And that doesn't really work. Being more organized in that sense, or having more of a schedule, I really wish I had that. I did that. But it's okay. I'm telling you now, has helped me a lot is I make lists the night before. The morning of, I don't have to think about it. I know what exactly I need to do, and if I don't finish that list which most times I do because I'm a Virgo. But if I don't finish that list, it just moves to the next day. It's not the end of the world. I've also learned to let go of a lot. I used to be really just controlling about every single thing and every aspect of my life. I can't do that. It's humanly impossible. When you're trying to start a business, you're running a business, you're on your own, girl, not everything's gonna be perfect. And as long as it's not detrimental to anything, we're fine. Letting go has really helped a lot. Like, generally speaking, you know? Just knowing that you can't control everything, it's okay. Something about scheduling that I find very, very important, it creates repetition and it creates confidence, because now you know what you're doing, when you're doing it, and you're doing it a lot. Therefore, you just are gonna get better. You're bound to get better when you continue to repeat. With that repetition, you're also showing up for yourself. What you promised yourself, you're doing it. Do you know how vital that is? How important that is for like your overall being? Girl, I like to sprinkle in a little bit of makeup reviews, drugstore and high-end, and then maybe like a talk-through video, and then maybe something like fun. They don't all do well, but sometimes I like to just see what's gonna work the best. Because of repetition, it's okay if one doesn't do well, you know the others did, and then you keep your same plan and your same schedule. Number 6, I wish I knew a little better. Being polished. A lot of content creating, the beauty of it, you always see the finished product. So it's gonna look easy. You're rarely ever gonna see the difficult parts. Being just put together and polished, along with that schedule, makes things flow easily, and it makes you a little more productive with everything. Your video making process, the way your video is represented to your audience, the way you sound, the way you're dressed, the way you look, it all is this cohesive, polished look that I wish I knew a little better before. Because, like, for example, I think you guys remember, I used to come on camera, pelos todos parados. I would wear just like random t-shirts. I now just wear like this type of tank top. My nails were never done. I'm representing beauty. I should look put together. I'm not saying you need to be beautiful or whatever beautiful means to you, but I think looking polished is truly so important. And since I changed this aspect, I feel like my videos just flow better. It's probably because I feel good making them. Like, when you feel good, you look good, and things just tend to move better. But sometimes, because you're so in the trenches of creating content, or like at that time, when you're doing 2 things, like I had my full-time job and this, a lot of those things I wasn't thinking about, because my end goal was to create the content. Like, I basically have my uniform now. I wear the same type of shirt. My hairstyles don't really change a lot, because that's also decision fatigue. Like, I don't want to make all these decisions. I know that my kind of uniform is going to be the same, and what changes is going to be in the video. I wish I would have taken more seriously, like having a polished look, having like a uniform, having more of a style. Because I come from a corporate background, that organization was already there for me. For example, I left my corporate job. You can leave your corporate job, but this job now that you have here, your business, it's still a job. You could leave a job, but don't forget the actual job aspect and the job portion. The job portion for me was to be polished and very professional. I love that I was in corporate before content creating, because all that experience I have has made me transition so easily and be able to communicate with so many different people. Number 7, learning as much as possible. Now I feel like there's so much information out there, maybe a little too much information out there, but the information is out there for you to do whatever you want to do. Back when I was starting and coming up, social media, it was still new, but not like, again, super new. But the strategies that are today, the processes that are today and that work, we didn't have all that info. And when you start with just kind of like doing things on your own, you're more hands-on training than researching. I don't know why. For me, I wish I would have just researched more things to get to know maybe the process a little bit better. I mainly just kind of went with experience, kind of being in the trenches, which is not a bad thing, but the research will save you a lot of time. Honestly, research, knowing about a subject is always going to help. It's always gonna move you along, probably the direction you want to go to. And that's something I wish I did more. But again, I don't regret anything. Although these are kind of mistakes, I don't want to call them mistakes, but it's just things I wish I knew. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be who I am. You wouldn't be here watching me, you know? Ooh, girl, this makeup looks good. Okay, drugstore. I love it. For me, I like to learn through friends. Creator friends. Shout out to Kristina today. I was talking to her. You guys know Studio by Kristina. I was like, hey, I am planning to do this type of video. What do you think? And she gave me tips on how to like execute. And that's what I'm saying. Learn from people, even people that do things better than you. Kristina is so good. You guys subscribe to her channel because she is one of those people that is fully committed to her craft and knows what the F she's doing. And it's never competition. It's always just such a good friendship with her. We vibe, you know, and people like that. Also with Jessica, you guys know the Mexican beauty. She's one of my closest friends when it comes to social media, and we're able to always just bounce ideas off what she thinks works, what I think works, what Kristina thinks works. It's like a family you create. But the thing about that is I wish I would have met people sooner. But at the same time, again, with social media, it is very isolating. So you don't really meet a lot of people. A lot of times you're alone editing. And you have to be alone editing because you can't have any of the distractions. That goes from number 7 to 8, like learning, researching. Also surrounding yourself with people that, 1, want to see you win. 2, that are people that have diverse skills that you may not have or you may not have a strong hold on. They do. That is truly going to be important. Never be shy to ask questions. I never feel like any question is stupid. When you're learning something, a new craft, when you're becoming an entrepreneur, especially when you come from a background that didn't grow up with any entrepreneurs. I'm a first generation Latina. Entrepreneurship wasn't something I thought about. I thought going to college, finishing, and just having your job is going to be it. It was for a long time until I pivoted and was able to choose my life how I wanted it, how I viewed it. Asking for advice, even help, always be beneficial to you. There's always someone that is willing to help you. Not everyone, which is okay, and not everyone's for you. Having a close-knit circle that you can trust. Trust is a big thing in my book, and I don't trust easily, okay? I feel like surrounding yourself with people who want to see you win just as much as you want to see them win is your golden ticket. I don't have a lot of like personal friends. I have like 2 or 3 that are not in social media. They have always been so supportive of what I do. Never gave me that side-eye crazy look. Because there's a few people when I told them I was doing social media, I had a full-time job. There was no need for me to do this, so to speak. They gave me that side-eye, girl. It's okay. Not everyone is for you. And that's something like that may discourage a lot of people is what other people think. It's normal. It's like human nature, caring about what people think. That could go back to us saying no to things. It's okay to say no. Not all money is good money. Not all people will be good, you know? Surrounding yourself with amazing people like you. Thank you guys so much for these 8 years. I literally could have not done this without you. I could have not created my own YouTube channel, legitimately become an entrepreneur. Me? So on the YouTube posts tab, I asked if you guys had any questions. How did I decide to leave my 9 to 5? And how do I stay consistent? Consistency starts with is loving what you do. It's less likely you're going to be burnt out when you love what you do. We all always need breaks. There's always going to be a time where you need a break. But when you know you love what you do, it's going to make you keep going. That to me is wanting to see representation in the beauty community, wanting to be able to teach you guys about new makeup products, new launches, how they look on brown skin. That is truly what drives me, and that's what I love. I love to teach. I love to educate. I happen to be good at it. But the thing about it is you're not always good at something. You become better with that consistency, that confidence, that repetition. With that, you will always see results. There isn't a cheat code to advancing in life, growing. You want to grow personally. We all have trauma and traumas. Depending how we grew up, there's a lot of different things that happen in our childhood or even adulthood where we have to work on that to move forward. That's how I treat content creation. is like, here are 8 things I wish I knew, but I don't stay thinking, oh my God, I wish I knew. Yeah, I wish I knew, but I didn't. Not holding on to I wish I coulda, woulda, shoulda, being able to move forward as best as you can. Because we all got shit, you know, we all got stuff that happen. With consistency, it's this like wave. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have really, really bad days. So not letting that completely bog you down and make you feel so bad about yourself will also help with the consistency. On Instagram is, how did you gain subscribers and how did I start making actual money? What is gonna bring me the subscriber count and what's gonna bring me that money? Money is not gonna show up out of nowhere. If you're not posting, if you're not doing your due diligence, if you're not creating work and creating your business and becoming the entrepreneur that has their hands in the business, understanding it inside and out, the money is not gonna come. You have to put in the work to get that outcome. Basically, it sounds basic. That's truly what I've been. I never had this grand master plan. The bones of this was going to have to be consistency, loving this, showing up for myself, keeping to why I started this, which is representation, teaching, keeping my message alive, being polished, being professional, being consistent. That's only gonna help. That can't hurt you. Does it take a long time? Yes. It took me 5 years to have an actual check that I'm like, okay, I could pay bills with this. Transition from corporate to full-time that was one of my goals I set in place. I think 3 or 4 was like my next goal. Now that I know I'm consistent, now that I know how to do this, now that I love it, now that I know I can do it, is okay, I want to do this full-time. This is it, Familia. Thank you for being here. Thank you for these 8 years. Let me know, what are your thoughts on the things I wish I knew as an entrepreneur in my 30s too. You're always learning, and don't ever be afraid to start something new in your 20s, in your 30s, and your 40s, and your 50s, because you could do it. Honestly, if I could do it alone, you could do it. Let me know what you think about these 8 and which one of these 8 resonated with you the most, because these are all just things I wish I knew that now I know. Love you guys. Thank you for these 8 years. Thank you for all the love and support you always show me. Truly, I love you, and cheers to another 8 years, because I will be here. Your support literally means everything to me. I would not be here without you, and I love you, and I thank you every single day. I cannot wait to see you in the comments. Let me know. Please don't forget to subscribe right here so you don't miss out on any videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Familia. I love you so much.